Hello everyone, I'm going to be sharing my screen and this is for my 1-year partnership plan and I'm sharing my screen with you, so I hope you enjoy this. Again, this is my 1-year partnership plan for EDUC&150 for fall quarter. And here we go. So I'm starting off with winter quarter. I hope you like my design. I worked really hard on it. So what we do in my at our preschool, I work with preschool children again. So what I do is, oh, sorry about that. We do Winter Wonderland. The teachers and we decorate the classroom. We hang up snowflakes made out of paper. We try to make it fun for the kids. And each area we put different things that have to do with winter, whether it's with books, like we do bears, we do snowflakes, we do winter clothing. So each week we try to include different things for our winter wonderland. Some of these pictures are of my own kids. Like right here is EJ, and it's very touchy, sorry. So I like to try the ornaments or whatever we do at home before I do it in the classroom. So it's a little bit fun. I get to work with my kids at home. So this right here is a Christmas tree that we did at home. And this is EJ's right here. We've also done a wreath, and we've also done thumbprint, fingerprint with our fingers for a snowman, which is right here. So we like to do a whole bunch of different things, fun activities, crafts more likely in the winter. Sorry about that. We try to include as much as we can for the families, just because we want to include them and we want them to feel like they're being a part of our classroom. The more we invite them, the more they feel welcomed. So we try to include them in a lot of the things, and especially with our celebrating different cultures around like Christmas around the world. We try to, ask them, what do you guys do for Christmas? We ask them to, we'll send a letter home, a preschool flyer, letting them know what we're going to be talking about the following week before. If they have anything to share with us, or if they can send us a text, that'd be great, because I know a lot of our families work long hours throughout the day. So we do talk about Christmas, we talk about New Year's Eve, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. So these are just some of the stuff that we try to include. We also do a lot of the winter clothing. We do with Teaching Strategies Gold, and they pretty much have all the things set up, but we are able to include our own things. So if we decide we don't want to use, their lesson plan for that week, we can change it up, or a certain day. So we like to include the Winter Wonderland, the winter clothing, bears in the winter, and science with snow. That's one of my favorites, because we get to actually try to pack as much of snow as we can in our little ice trays, which we have a lot in our classroom. And we try to make it fun for the kids, so they can experience, get their hands on, get them dirty. And we do a lot of ornaments during Christmas time. I love doing crafts hands-on with the kids. So this is our recipe right here that we use, the salt dough recipe. Before I was doing baking, I was baking them all, and it was hard, because if you have 2 classes, AM and PM, and 20 in each classroom, it does add up. So I learned that you don't have to bake them if you're using a certain recipe. And I like to add food coloring to mine. Whether if we're doing reindeers, I'll add a little bit of brown paint or brown food coloring into that, so we can turn it brown. And we have cookie cutters that will make that shape for them. And we like to use their fingers for their thumbprints or their fingerprints. Just like right here, this is, I do them before we go home, or at home, and then in the classroom, so I can know that it's going to work out. And this is my son's right here that he did. This is also my son. We've done a reef, and I do them for each of my kids every year. We do different activities with them. We do about 3 years ago we did this reef, and last year we did this tree right here, and then the year before that we did the snowman with our fingers. So it's fun. We try to include the family as much as they can. We do have a canned food drive, baskets during the winter. We do decorating cookies with families. Sometimes families donate store-bought items, or sometimes they bake them and they want to come in and can we decorate cookies, or can we do this? And we try to do different things with the families so they can feel like they're wanted in the classroom, and we want them to feel welcome as well. So anything that they want to try out with us, we're up for it. We give them thumbs up. Just come and give us a time so we can make sure our day is planned out correctly and we have that time slot and limited time. So that's what we do during our winter. Next is our spring. So here we go. So during spring, we do cultural painting plants, bugs, and insects. Cinco de Mayo, that's a big one. Since I've mentioned this before, every Cinco de Mayo, except for last year, we've been having this one particular parent come in, and he makes tacos for the entire staff and the entire classrooms. And it's a total of 40 kids, 2 different classrooms, and he makes tacos for everyone. He brings in all the supplies, and he cooks it right in front of us, and we just have a good time. We put on some music, we let the kids enjoy themselves. They're able to run around and trying the new foods that they bring in. So it's fun to have the parents come in and share what they can. And, they always get excited. We do try to include, we don't want them wasting so much money, but they insist. But we just try to give back by just being there for them in any way. So another thing we do is culture night. We have families come in and tell a little bit about about how they were raised and where they're from. And another thing we do is family sharing tradition food. I give them each an index card, and they are able to write on there. Some of our more Mixteco or tradition families, are Hispanic ones that don't know how to read or write. They just tell us, and we'll just write it down exactly how they tell us, and we'll, we make sure we get copies, and we set them on each table in a little card slot, so they're able to go and test or share what recipes they like. And it's really fun. It's different, and you also get to take that recipe home. So if you liked it, you can do it at home. So we also do the family reading night. So we try to do that once a week. And also they're able to take a book home from our reading library area. Some books they like to stick with. They go home in a Ziploc bag and they bring them back. They get to keep them home for 2 days and they bring them back the following day. We do the plants, life cycle of plants, insect and bugs. We do a lot about the hungry caterpillar, butterflies and bees. We try to encourage our family to take turns in decorating our entrance and our hallway. I know a lot of parents work. Oh, sorry about that. A lot of parents work, so they don't have that time, and it's fine. We just try to get them included so they can feel like they are able to, be part of us and actually participate in anything they can. And sometimes our family support services is there late in the evenings. So if a parent, is able to go in the evening, then we have that flexible time for them as well. Not most agencies I know are able to do that just because of their hour set, but we're pretty much trying to be flexible with our families. We don't want to put them down or say no to them. But when we do say no, it is for a good reason. And so we try to include all that. And we share letting families know what we're going to be doing by our parent bulletin boards. Again, we also share that through, right now we are doing Ready Rosie. So any of our communications, we could type it up in Ready Rosie or Classroom Dojo, or what is the other one? Talking Points. So that's another way we have a two-way communication on it with them. We were doing the flyers every week, but since we're home right now, virtually, everything's virtually, it's all through online. So here we go. Our next slide is summer. So summer's a fun one, even though we are closed during the summer. Our ECAP here in Othello is with the school district hours. So when they are off, we're off as well. So, but this is what we could include, or sort of going towards the end of the program. This is some of the things that we do try to include with our families. So we do, I believe Lisa's on that share this Summer Olympics. I'm not really sure if it was, but I just like the theme. It sound cool, so I named it as that. So we've talked about camping, transportation. The ocean theme is a big one that we got into towards the end of June the year before, sorry. So we try to include a lot of little different things, having parents bring in things from, if they've ever been to an ocean. We try to include them on family outdoor games, sharing different games that they play. It could be kickball, it could be soccer. And, we try to do parents against teachers. And there's not that many of us here in Othello, so there's 4. So if it's 4 on 4, it's 4 on 4. So yeah, not a very good exerciser, but we try. So another thing our school districts do is the summer festival. So each grade focuses, and it's more towards the end of the school year. So it's not, it's in between before school gets out. So they do, each grade gets a learning area, what they want to decide on what they're going to teach and what they're going to be focusing on. So if it's mathematics, they'll pick out a game with mathematics for all 6th graders. So they set up tents and they set up tables, prizes, food vendors all around the school, and they have a passport and they go through each area and they get it stamped. After you get it fully completed with all the vendors that we have there, they get a prize, or they can get a free item that they get to choose, or I think some were donated pizzas, large pizzas, and gift cards, and it was a whole bunch of different things. One was a bike the year before, sorry. Another thing they included was water, a lot of water games, water balloon games, the slip and slide, the large inflatable slides. And it was pretty intense and it was fun. So we also include our parents, teaching them and, having them participate in these activities. Volunteering is a lot for us and it helps us out so much. We try to do picnics in the park. I know the school districts do that. They walk down to the park in late afternoon or before lunch, and they have a picnic. And throughout the day before end of school, they go back to our school just to get on buses. And sometimes our families share their family tradition dish. And again, we share our communication by using talking points, Classroom Dojo, and there's another classroom I did not put on there was Reminder. I don't know why my mind went blank. Reminder. So some of our teachers use Reminder and they love it as well. So each month having parents rotate too is a good one for an art exhibit on their family culture, or again, we try to get them including to come and decorate the entranceway. Big area where they is basically a drop-off area for kids, and they come in, decorate how they feel, but we try to include how they are, how their home is, or how, you know, how they want to actually explore where they're from. We do provide all the materials for them. Some bring it in themselves, whether if it's clothes or if it's paper, construction paper, you know, whatever they need, we provide it. So that's what we do in our summer. And now is our fall. I gotta say, fall is probably my number one because I love the fall. So one thing that we do big on in our classrooms during our fall season is being thankful, sharing with their children, making them, you know, letting them understand what thankful means. And so I sort of broke it down, and for September, we do tree life cycle, we do apples, leaves, season changing, Veterans Day, we include that. For October, we do pumpkin patch, life cycle of pumpkins, scarecrows, corn, Halloween, and in November, we do a harvest theme. We include our fire department for fire safety, and they come in, they bring their fire truck, and they'll share, let the kids get on the fire truck, take a picture. Try and think of the name. I think it's Pledgy. I don't know. Well, the fire hydrant, he comes and it's automatic. So the kids love it because it spins around in circles when they come visit us. And being thankful, what it means. We do nature walks in November. We pretty much do nature walks throughout the whole year because we want to get them outside and them free. Whether if it's snowing, kids love to be in the snow regardless if it's cold or not. So we do provide jackets for our kids. So families don't have one, we do have extra jackets and they are able to take those home. So leaf coloring, one of my favorite things to do. Everyone probably remembers doing that. So for the fall harvest, some of the games that we play, and families are also invited with those, and we actually get a lot of our families to come in and help us out, set up each area, and they participate with us. It could be with a face painting, the bean bag toss, sack races is one that we had a little bit of trouble with last year. Kids kept on getting hurt and parents took over, so they enjoyed doing the sack races. We try to set up a photo backdrop for family pictures, and usually a local photographer here in Othello will volunteer to come and do them for a small rate, or they'll provide one free 5x7 for a family photo during this time, and we send them home when they get them to us. And we do pumpkin painting. Last 2 years ago, the year before last, before COVID hit, we had our pumpkin patch, Pam Schmidt here at Sunny Farms here in Othello, donated 80 pumpkins to us, and they're just the mini pumpkins, small pumpkins. And so since we weren't able to go to the pumpkin patch, what we did was, excuse me, we had them all spread out all over our playground area. Again, we were at a bigger school, so the bigger junior high kids wanted to go and get the pumpkins, so it was a little difficult on keeping them away. But it's an enclosed area. We just spread them out, and we acted as if we were at a pumpkin patch. So they were able to get a pumpkin. We brought in that pumpkin. We got to paint it. We try to stay a little bit away from, the face painting or the jack-o'-lanterns, putting a face on there. But we let them paint it the way they wanted. We just let them explore, whether if it was their hands getting dirty, whether it's their clothes. If you're in Teacher Girl's classroom, believe me, your child's going home painted everywhere. So I do warn parents on that part though. Sometimes they're okay and sometimes they're not, but I'm okay with that as long as they're having fun. So we do horseshoe toss with assistance from parents and apple grabbing. We had to do not apple grabbing. There were fake apples, plastics, and if they got a certain one, they got a real apple, and then they got another gift, a free gift, almost like the ducks that you have. You pick out so many on the bottom. It could be a small sweet candy or gummy bear or something that they get. But kids love prizes, so they go for it. And face painting, we have a parent sit off to the side and they do simple rainbows or whatever you want on your face paint, as long as parents are okay with it. And also some of our families, they're farmers or they have animals at home. Some we let all the families come in as long as they're in a pen, and we set up an area where they are able to share their pets. And so it's almost like a petting zoo. We had a family bring in miniature horses and ponies, so we had a pony ride for the kids. It was really fun, so I gotta say this is probably my favorite time of the year. So thank you so much for being able to view this. Let me know if you have any questions, or you can email me on Canvas, or this is my personal girlmendoza1983 at gmail.com. Bye guys, thank you.